Saldivar. I play Kenickie in the Broadway revival of Grease. I've invited you here to Rydell High School to introduce you to some fine young gentlemen, the Thunderbirds. It was a very fortuitous event when I was offered the role of Kenickie in Grease. I wasn't sure exactly what kind of show it was going to be until I found out that Kathleen Marshall was directing, and then I became very interested. And I'm most grateful and excited to be a part of it. I've never seen a production of Grease before. I saw the movie when it came out, but I've never seen a stage production. So the first thing I did to prepare for the role was I spent 4 years in high school. And I also, while in high school, I did not have a car. I waited until this production of Grease to get my first car, which is Grease Lightning. I spent a lot of time combing my hair and smoking. I have a lot of very good memories from high school, as well as a lot of very bad memories, as everyone does. But I think this is a good chance for me to celebrate a guy named Dan Christoff, who ran the drama club in my high school, James I. O'Neill High School. And he's no longer with us, but I've thought of him often in this process, and I think of him when I do this show. Now I would like you to meet the Thunderbirds. First, I would like to introduce you to Jose. Jose is playing
Sonny Latieri.
So tell me, Jose.
What's up, Matt?
How are you approaching your role?
Well, I try to utilize everything about my life when it comes to this role. Specifically, learning my lines, doing my choreography on cue, and always, when I go up on the line, I look at the audience, I clap twice, and I giggle. Solid.
What is your favorite moment in the show?
My favorite moment in the show, honest to God, has to be when I turn around and I see you on top of Grease Lightning hitting your poses.
What is your favorite high school memory?
My favorite high school memory, I'm a big theater geek, right? Like you know. I was into like technical theater and like lighting and carpentry and all that stuff way before I got into acting. I was always out of the class after my technical theater class because I was always working hard. And one time, my principal came in to the theater and he was like, "Hey Jose, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, what's it look like? I'm working, you know, hanging lights and doing stuff with my hands like that." And he said, "You know, shouldn't you be in class?" And I just looked at him and I was like, "Dude, somebody's got to hang your lights for your assembly. If it's not going to be me, who's it going to be?" He got on his little radio and he was like, "Jose's not going to be in class today. Thanks." And that was it.
It's a wonderful memory.
It's a little power.
Tell me, Ryan, how did you feel about getting cast in Grease?
I liked it. It was cool. No, I went through about 7 different auditions. Originally auditioning just for the chorus, for the ensemble, and didn't hear anything for quite a long time, and then found out that they were still casting Doody, and I got a call, and I was fortunate enough to get it. And here I am.
That's great news.
Thanks, man.
Yes, he's Doody in the show. He does the song.
True story.
Magic Changes.
By Ronnie Dell.
By Ronnie Dell.
Yeah.
It's a big hit. Now tell me, what's your favorite moment in the show?
My favorite moment in the show is definitely the red car reveal in Grease Lightning, because it's just the coolest part of the show, I think. And you're the coolest dude in the show.
Aw, he's pretty cool.
Well, I try.
Now tell me this. Do you remember anything about high school?
Yes, I remember a couple things. No, one of my favorite memories is going up. I grew up in Michigan, and going up to northern Michigan with a couple of my buddies my senior year. Took a 4-hour trip to Mackinac Island, had some fudge, sat at a campfire. It was cool.
Yeah, that's a good memory.
Thanks, man.
I mean, you have a good memory, and that's a good memory.
Okay.
You know, I play the character Roger
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lieutenant.
Yes. And this is Daniel Everidge.
Daniel Everidge.
Yes. He plays Roger.
Roger.
Plays him well.
Like a fiddle.
And what's the name of your big hit number in the show?
Mooning. It's my
Mooning.
song. It's my tune.
What's Mooning about?
Mooning is it's a love ballad, dating far back. I believe it's from before time even began. Yeah, Middle Ages.
Before the time began.
Yeah, and it's about connecting the buttocks to love. So buttocks and love is like it's the best of both
timeless.
worlds. That is.
And you really do it justice.
Thanks, buddy.
In the show. Now, aside from that moment, do you have other favorite moments in the show?
Yeah, actually, you know, my favorite moment is just busting open the lockers right at the beginning.
Nice.
Beginning of the show. Break it in, hear everybody scream. Best part of the job. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, the crowd goes wild.
Oh, they do. They got fire in their bellies.
Like you, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Now, tell me something. Did you graduate from high school?
Sadly, yes.
You did.
Yes, I did. I did. I loved high school.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that nice to hear? You
Graduate from high school, kids. It's a good move.
You're a model citizen, my friend.
I try to be. I try to be.
My name's Jameson Scott, and I am playing Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah. Now tell me something. Well, why don't you describe the character of Eugene?
Well, I guess you could call him a nerd, which I don't know if that's politically correct anymore, because, I mean, who's not a nerd in today's day and age?
I say
right?
everyone is either a nerd, a geek, or a dork.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I would say he's a little bit of an outcast, although he doesn't think that he is.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks the T-Birds and Pink Ladies are outcasts, but...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty floppy.
He thinks he's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think he's pretty cool, too. Especially as played by Jameson.
Well, I don't know about that.
I do. So tell me, are you a high school graduate?
I am. I was actually valedictorian in Eugene fashion. Yeah, right?
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Study, kids. Study. Right?
Isn't this great? Stay in school. That's the answer.
Hugs, not drugs.
I mean, don't stay in school. Go to school.
Go to school.
And then do something else.
Yeah. That's what I think too.
So, what do you have any memories of high school that are particularly fond or not fond?
I have a couple of fond memories. I would say one of my most fond memories is actually went to high school with my brother. He was a senior when I was a freshman, and one weekend when my parents were out of town, we had some friends over and we went and toilet papered our coach's house.
Get out of here.
Yeah, the next week, he, of course, our coach found out that we did it. He was very upset. He told my parents. My parents got very upset, and it was all worth it. Yeah.
What did he coach?
Basketball.
Of course.
Yeah.
But have you ever been in Greece before?
You know, it's funny. I actually got this job while I was doing Grease in North Carolina at the North Carolina Theater. And so it's been a greasy year.
Greasy.
It's true. But I was so excited to get Eugene. That was actually the role that I wanted. Because there's so many different ways to play Eugene. I think that it's important for him to be very realistic and not to necessarily go for all of the cheesy bits that you can do with playing a nerd.
Well, let me tell you, you kill it.
Oh.
And I mean that in a very good way. He kills it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. And listen, you know, even though you're a nerd,
Yeah.
you're really cool.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's from Kenickie. Wow.
Well, that's from Matt.
Oh.
That's my crew, or that is our crew.